everyone, this is Dr. Liv with New Insight, and thank you for joining me in another video. The title of today's video is Accountability versus Self-blame. There's a big difference between taking accountability and blaming yourself, and confusing the two can keep you stuck. Many people think they're being self-aware or taking responsibility, when in reality they're trapped in self-blame, shame, and harsh self-judgment. And that does not lead to healing, it leads to stagnation. So today, I'm discussing the difference between accountability and self-blame, how to recognize which one you're operating from, and how to make the shift that actually supports your personal growth, emotional health, and overall well-being. With accountability, you're able to own your mistakes and poor decisions, and you accept the consequences of your behavior, even when it brings up uncomfortable emotions like shame or guilt. With accountability, you can admit fault, even when your intentions were good. You don't make excuses, you don't blame shift, and while you may experience negative thoughts or feelings, you don't get stuck in them. You don't allow them to derail your healing or your growth. In fact, accountability goes hand in hand with a growth mindset, because with accountability, you seek correction, you make positive changes, you offer yourself compassion, grace, and understanding, and you're intentional about your growth, including learning and showing up consistently with changed behavior and not just words. Now, with self-blame, you do take accountability, you own your part, and you're self-aware. However, you do so in a way that's critical, condemning, and judgmental of yourself. You don't offer yourself grace, compassion, or understanding. Self-blame activates negative core beliefs, negative thinking patterns, and insecurities. You start to have tunnel vision, and you become hyper-focused on what you perceive as flaws or inadequacies. With self-blame, you ruminate about what you could have or should have done. You may even call yourself negative, derogatory names, and eventually this becomes a cycle of negative thinking and negative self-talk. You become stuck in shame, guilt, and negative emotions, making it difficult and oftentimes impossible to adopt a growth mindset or move forward in a healthy way. With self-blame, you become rigid and fixated only on the problem, mistake, or poor decision. Even when you start to move forward, self-blame causes you to have a distorted and unhealthy view of yourself and the situation, which will be a hindrance and not help to you learning and moving forward. So the lesson here is learn to shift from self-blame into accountability, because accountability means owning your actions without beating yourself up, without ruminating, and without allowing a mistake or wrongdoing to define your worth, your well-being, or your quality of life. And that shift starts in your mind. It's a mental and emotional shift to let it go, learn the lesson, move forward, say the phrase, on to the next, accept what you cannot change and cannot control, forgive yourself and others if needed, choose growth over stagnation. Accountability isn't about punishing yourself for getting it wrong. It's about owning what's yours, learning the lesson, and choosing to move differently without letting shame run your life. You don't heal by punishing yourself for the past. You heal by learning from it and choosing to move differently going forward. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.